Dear students, welcome back to another video, and in today's video I am going to continue the topic of permanent tissues. You know that I was discussing types of permanent tissues, and in the last video I talked about simple permanent tissue, which is one of the types of permanent tissues. Now we'll move with its another type, and that is the complex permanent tissues. So let's start the video. So complex tissues are also known as the compound tissues. Why are they called so? Because they are made up of more than one type of cells, and these tissues include the xylem tissues and the phloem tissues. I will discuss these xylem and phloem one by one. Okay, so first, xylem tissues. Well, xylem tissues are responsible for the transport of water and dissolved substances like minerals in them from the roots to the aerial parts. So the aerial parts of the plant, like a stem, like flowers, leaves, every part that is above the soil is getting water from the roots, and which tissue is responsible for the conduction of water to these areas? They are the xylem tissues. Besides conduction or the transportation of water, they also provide support to the plant body, because the secondary walls of its cells, like the cells that are making the xylem tissues, their secondary walls are thick and rigid, that is tough, due to the presence of lignin, which is a cementing substance that you know quite well. Okay, now I'll discuss the composition of xylem tissue, which type of cells are making the xylem tissue. So the first is the xylem vessel or the vessel element. The other is tracheids. Two cells I haven't mentioned. These are the xylem parenchyma and the xylem fibers. So in your course of class 9, only these two cells are discussed, so I'll proceed to them. If you look at the xylem vessels, then they are having thick secondary cell walls, and the cells don't have the end walls. Like the cells are joined together, but the end walls are absent, so that they are getting the shape of vessel, the shape of column, so that the water can flow easily through them, and they join together to form long tubes. The other type of cells that are found in the xylem tissues, they are tracheids, and they are the cylinder cells with overlapping ends. I have added a picture over here. I have added the diagram of the xylem vessel, so you can have the fair idea about the structure of the different cells that are making it up. So if you look at the vessel element, the xylem vessel, then you can see the walls are porous. Okay, so they are having the pits in them. This makes the transport of water, the conduction of water, easily through these vessel elements, and these are basically mature dead cells. If you look at these cells, then they just lose their end walls, as the protoplasm is absent, no nucleus, no cytoplasm, nothing is there. So they just lose their end walls, and they form this kind of vessel structure. And you can see the tracheids here, they are cylinder cells. Beside this, in this diagram, there is one more cell lying, which is xylem parenchyma. So xylem parenchyma, they are responsible for the storage. They are the living cells. This is one of the facts about them. While the vessel element and the tracheids, they are dead cells that are making the xylem tissues. One more cell is making this xylem tissues, and that is the fiber, the xylem fibers, and they are composed of sclerenchyma, which are having the rigid secondary cell walls, and thereby helping this xylem tissue to provide strength and support to the plant body. Well, now we are moving with the last tissue, and this is the phloem tissue, and this is on your screen. So phloem tissues are responsible for the conduction of dissolved organic matter, that is the food, and which is chemically the glucose of the plant body, and they contain sift tube cells and companion cells. So these are the two main cells that are making the phloem tissue. Beside this, there are two more cells There is the parenchyma and the fiber that is making the phloem tissue. But again, in your course for class 9, only two cells are discussed, so we will move with them. So sieve tubes, we will discuss them first. They are making the sieve element. Sieve tubes, like sieve tube cells, they are long and their end walls have small pores. Like they have the end walls, but their end walls are perforated. They are forming the sieve-like structure. They are having the pores within them through which the food is conducted. Many sieve tube cells join together to form long sieve tubes so that it makes the function of phloem tissues easy, that is the conduction and conduction of food material, as we have discussed here. The other type of cells are the companion cells. So companion cells are made of parenchyma cells, like they are parenchymatous, and they are narrow. They are elongated cells closely associated with sieve tubes, and their function is to help the sieve tubes in conduction of food materials and make protein for sieve tube cells. Well, if you look at these phloem cells, and you can see here the sieve tube cell. Okay, these sieve tube cells, they lack the nucleus. Their protoplasm, their cytoplasm is also pushed against their walls, so they just develop the pits in their end plates, and their end plates are known as sieve plates. Their end walls are making the sieve plates. Sieve plate, they are called sieve plate because they are having the pores. Okay, so they are having the sieve pore, and this is a sieve tube. And you can see here, this is one of the cells, the companion cell. Companion cells are nucleated, and these sieve tube, these are basically the dead cells. They lack nucleus, while the companion cells, they bear the nucleus. So they actually help these sieve tubes to just force the food, the prepared food material through them. So they are actually pushing these sieve tube to conduct the food through them. Well, here I have mentioned some more things. Here, companion cell containing a nucleus and then cytoplasm. You can see here the cell wall containing cellulose but no lignin. So their cells, like these walls, are thin. And sieve tube containing starch, strands of cytoplasm but no nucleus, as I have mentioned here in this. And sieve plate formed from end walls of sieve tube element. So you can see here, and these are long column like structures, and cell by cell they are making the long tubular structure so that the food is conducted through them and the food is pushed through these sieve pores. So I hope that you understood about the complex permanent tissues, and these were the xylem and the phloem. I discussed their structure, their composition basically, and their functioning. So if you have any query regarding this topic, or you want me to do any other topic, then you can just comment, and I will try to prepare that. If you like this video, then hit the like button and subscribe to my channel. It means a lot. Thank you. I will see you in the next video with another topic. Till then, take care.